In the sequence of the stories of superhit film on Khabar Tak, today I am here with the story of film Mr. Natwarlal. This film was released in 1979 and this was directed by Rakesh Kumar. The film was very important film and this was a blockbuster film of that time, acted by the then superhit pair of Amitabh Bachchan and Rekha and Amjad Khan as a villain. Besides, this character role was played by Kader Khan, Ajit, and so many other actors that made the film a blockbuster film. Since the film is acted by Amitabh Bachchan, it has so many good dialogues. One of the dialogue is मेरे साथ धोखा हुआ नटवर, मुझे काम करवा लिया गया और फिर मुझे एक टाइम बम के सहारे जान मारने की मेरी कोशिश की गई, तो रोता क्यों है? या तो तुम्हें इस धंधे में आने से पहले सोचना चाहिए था। इस धंधे में हर चोर की एक मौत होती है, लेकिन तुम भी तो चोर हो नटवर। हाँ, मैं चोर हूं, लेकिन मैं अपना फक्र जानता हूं कि अव्वल तो मैं ऐसी स्थिति आने ही नहीं दूंगा, और अगर ऐसी स्थिति आ गई तो मेरे आंख से आंसू के बूंद नहीं टपकेंगे। दैट इज a thief says he was misbehaved, make him do the work, and then wanted to kill him with a time bomb. Then Amitabh says, you must have thought of this earlier before coming into this unfair job. Then the thief says, you too are a thief. Then he says, I know my fate and I wouldn't allow any such a situation that you are facing to come before me, and even if come, I will not let my eye drop even a single drop of tear. Besides, this film has too many songs. A few of them I buzz for you. परदेसिया परदेसिया ये सच है पिया, सब कहते हैं मैंने तुझको दिल दे दिया। तौबा तौबा जो आएगा आने वाला, जाएगा तुम ना जानो तो जाने दो। ऊंची ऊंची बातों से किसी का पेट भरता नहीं, अरे हो राम के भरोसे कोई कभी भूखा मरता नहीं। An important thing in this film, one of full song has been sung by Amitabh Bachchan. That song is मेरे पास आओ मेरे दोस्तों एक किस्सा सुनाओ, la 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 la. Now you listen the entire story of Mr. Natwarlal. The story of the film Mr. Natwarlal begins with a child playing in a park where he steals some toys from the group of children of the neighborhood Mistress Sanu, played by Rekha, and starts playing under a lion statue and reading story books. Then the sound of Amitabh Bachchan, who played the role of Natwarlal in this film, comes from the background, who says, Bettu, you have stolen toys. Stealing is not a good habit. Come, I will tell you a story, the story of Mr. Natwarlal. Then through this story, the entire film Natwarlal is visualized. A child named Natwar is being pretended by his brother, Inspector Girdhari Lal, rolled by Ajit, and sister-in-law Seema, rolled by Indrani Mukherjee. In the absence of his parents, Inspector Girdhari Lal and Seema want to teach Natwar the lessons of bravery and honesty. In the same sequence, when Inspector Girdhari Lal gets a bravery medal, his wife Seema puts this necklace around Natwar's neck. When Natwar asks about this medal, Girdhari Lal says that it is an award for the bravery and honesty. On this, Natwar says that when he grew up, he will also become a police inspector and will eliminate the thieves honestly and bravely. Then he wears his brother's hat and acts as if killing the thieves by running around shouting, "Thief, thief, dhaai, dhaai." In the city where Girdhari Lal is posted as an inspector, there are also thieves, a white collar man like Bikram Singh, played by Amjad Khan, who has a big empire in the black market. He has also kept the symbol of his company V, which he calls the biggest sign of his success, and also calls it for Vikram and also for the victory. Once, when one of his men tells him about Girdhari Lal's honesty and bravery, Vikram takes it casually and shows his victory sign V to that man and says that the inspector will not be able to do any harm to him because he has money, power, and a big brain. Here, after being posted in the city, Inspector Girdhari Lal gets information about Bikram's misdeeds. One day, in order to bring him under the custody of law, he reaches his house and raid and search it. During the search, he does not find Vikram or any evidence, but he does find a letter in which it is written that his man has completely drenched Girdhari Lal's house in a petrol, and all that was left was to light it by applying a spark. But they did not burn it. He quickly leaves the search of my house and goes to the house where his wife and Natwar are sleeping. There are a poisonous snake. Then Inspector Girdhari Lal quickly leaves the search operation and goes to his house, when in fact he finds a snake with its hood raised next to the bed where Natwar and his wife were sleeping. He shoots and, and kills the snake. Natwar and his sister-in-law wake up at the sound of the bullet. Natwar and his sister-in-law look at the snake in fear. Girdhari Lal, reading the letter further, angrily calls Vikram a coward and challenges him to fight with himself instead of the women and children. One of Vikram's men was keeping an eye on all these events from outside. He told all this to Vikram. After this, Vikram wants to kill Girdhari Lal's family in making it look like an accident, but luckily everyone is saved in the hospital. But Girdhari Lal's wife Seema Singh, who was pregnant at that time, has a miscarriage. She also becomes incapable of conceiving in the future. In this situation, she concludes herself and her husband, saying that she already has a son in the form of Natwar. She will nurture him and instill in him with virtues of bravery and honesty. Even when his sister-in-law is teaching him in his childhood one seeing V for violin, the image of Vikram emerges in the mind of Natwar instead of a violin. Not only this, when his brother Inspector Girdhari Lal is trying to put another medal of bravery and honesty around his neck, he takes the medal from his hands and keep it aside. Now he does not like the talks of honesty and bravery. Now he starts liking Vikram's dishonesty talks. Now Amitabh Bachchan appears on the screen as Natwarlal, and on the day the accident, the way he was staring at Vikram, the accident victim running away from there with such thoughts in his mind, he goes to one of the hideouts of gang of black marketeers like Vikram and prepares to steal his money. Then some criminals go and threatens him that what will you do even after counting this money? Will you be able to take this money from here? On this, Natwar says that is He will surely succeed in doing this because he most cunning criminals among these criminals will help me to go from here because I know the dark aspects of all them. Then one of the biggest criminals hits the nail on the head and says that you are thinking of getting into this illegal business easily because you have knowledge of some of important things about many illegal businessmen, but you should not forget that you are also a thief. Saying this, he gives an order to his men and he ties tape on the mouths of some of his men, including Natwar, and takes them hostage. On this, Natwar signals him to open his mouth. When the tape is removed from his mouth, he says something which forces the black marketeers and criminals to let him go from there, and Natwar comes out of his den with that money and distributes most of it among the poor and giving the rest of the money to his sister-in-law and talking his yours her that he is running a big business and so he has to go away from her at times. However, his brother Inspector Girdhari Lal knows all about how far Natwar has gone away from him. But he cannot tell this to his wife Seema because he fears that Seema, who considers Natwar to be an honest, brave and good-hearted businessman, will not be able to live with this shock. Meanwhile, a criminal named Mickey, played by Satyendra Kapoor, calls Natwar to be deserted place. After reaching the address given by him, Natwar searches for him here and there. The Natwar sees a blanket, and as soon as he starts removing the blanket, the criminals inside it reveals himself to be a thief. Saying that he will not remove the blanket, he tells Natwar that he is burnt all over his body because the leader of a gang of criminals has put him in this condition by planting a time bomb after getting his work done from me. But I have called you for a special work. You go to the place mentioned by me and steal a precious necklace kept in the safe of Sheikh Fakir Chand and deliver it to the border of Chandanpur by the 10th. Otherwise, wherever I am, those peoples will find me and kill me. Then Natwar says that Natwar never works for anyone. But I feel pity for you. Keep this money. You will not die of hunger. On this, he says that I do not need money, and then he takes out poison from his pocket and eats it, saying that instead of dying at the hand of Vikram, I accept my death with my own hands. Natwar is shocked on hearing Vikram's name and runs to him and asks him about Vikram, but before dying from the effect of the poison, he is only able to tell that notorious criminal Vikram has died in an accident, and in his place, another criminal is pretending to be Vikram. As soon as Natwar reaches there, Seth Fakir Chand praises Mickey and says that by pretending to give up his life, he has trapped Natwar in his net. Now Natwar will definitely go to that necklace. On this, Mickey says that just wait and watch how I take my revenge from Vikram with the help of Natwar. As soon as Vikram's name come up, Natwar decides to steal the diamond necklace from Seth Fakir Chand's cupboard as per Mickey's advice. Meanwhile, Fakir Chand starts auctioning that necklace. Natwar proved every bidder for the necklace to be foolish and weak and almost got it for himself by bidding 1.5 crores. Then someone came and said something to Facet Fakir Chand, so he stopped the auction that day and told to do it again the next day. Although Natwar wanted to buy it that day by giving him more money. Then Natwar goes away from there, saying that he will come for the auction the next day also. Meanwhile, Natwar's brother Inspector Girdhari Lal does not want Natwar to be a part of the auction in which the most wanted crooks and criminals from India and abroad are also participating. Therefore, he tries to put Natwar in jail under the pretext of a crime. There are claims and counterclaims between the two brothers about whether to put them in jail or not. Meanwhile, Inspector Girdhari Lal calls a criminal there who accuses Natwar of attacking him in the previous evening, looting his belongings and running away in his car. And tells that he has come to the police station to lodge a report on the matter. The police was just about to write a report on this matter when another person who was a businessman came there and started talking Natwar with him, saying that he was not able to understand many things in the draft that he had prepared yesterday evening. You come and explain everything to me right now. Then the Inspector Girdhari Lal tells him that he was not with him last evening, but he had got a lift in a crime. On this, he succeeds in taking Natwar with him from there by giving full proof that Natwar was with him last evening. The person who saved Natwar from going to jail was Seth Dharamdas. After coming out of the police station, he told Natwar not to tell his wife about his affair with another woman. After this, Natwar refuses to recognize him. Then Seth Dharamdas goes from there feeling happy, thinking that at least he does not know anything about me. Natwar comes back to his house after fooling Seth Dharamdas here while praising his Bhavi Ma. He says that how did she knew that I am coming here today, and she has prepared perhaps for me. When his sister-in-law looks at him, she sees sweat on his face. Then she starts wiping Natwar's sweat with her pallu, that is a part of his dress sari. Then Natwar says that I am fooling even the elders. Nevertheless, you still consider me a child. She is the one who wipes my sweat with pallu, and when her bhabi talks about her not having brains and only being tall, then Natwar starts boasting that an American businessman is ready to give crores of rupees just for the photo of his brains. But he is not paying because he is getting more money for this in this country itself. Just then the call bell ring and Natwar tells Bhabi that Bhaiya always keeps scolding at me, please save me from him. Then his Bhabi Ma asks him to sit there and opens the door. As soon as the Inspector Girdhari Lal enters the house and asks about Natwar's arrival there, she gets angry at her husband that he is always after my child. On this, Inspector Girdhari Lal says that you are considering him a child and one day he will come with a great disgrace. Then you will understand what he is doing. Then he fears that his wife will get shocked and he changes the topic, saying that you are not my authority to keep telling you everything about Natwar. Inspector Girdhari Lal then asks his wife to serve the food. When he comes to eat, he saw Natwar coming out from under the table. He tries to convince Natwar by telling him that the diamond necklace is so precious that whoever steals it will be punished with at least 10 years of imprisonment. Just then his sister-in-law comes there and he talks about giving that precious diamond necklace to his sister-in-law, saying that you have never given him even a gold necklace. Now that I am earning well, I will bring the rare diamond necklace to my sister-in-law. Meanwhile, Girdhari Lal tries to explain to him by exposing his illegal business many times, but Natwar praises that business and says that it is a better way of earning. Whenever Bhabi Ma comes in between, he twists the topic in such a way that Bhabi starts feeling that his words are right and her husband's words are wrong and biased. An image of big businessman emerges in her mind about Natwar, and then she starts fighting with her husband that he is unnecessarily after her young son. In this midst of this argument, Natwar disappears from there with the parathas, and no one even gets a hint of his escape. When they look back, they find Natwar missing from there. The next day, the auctioneer asked every participant in the auction to open the lock and make sure that this locker was not been opened before. When every participant present in the auction is sure one by one that that lock was of the locker cannot be opened, then the auctioneer declares the locker to be completely safe and unbreakable. On this, Natwar challenged his, saying that he has not even tried to open it yet. Saying this, he moves towards to open the locker, but his brother Inspector Girdharilal stops him from doing so. According to him, it is the job of the police to protect the locker. Then the auctioneer allows Natwar to open the locker, saying that the role of police begins after the locker is opened. Then Natwar tries to open the locker, but later returns disappointed and says that it is beyond his capability to open this locker. On this, one of the auctioneer's people come forwards and opens the locker, but everyone was surprised to see that there is no necklace inside the locker. Here Natwar comes to his Bhabhi and takes her blessing that he will be successful in his mission to Chandanpur. He also promised to stay with Bhabhi forever after this. On this, along with blessing Natwar, his Bhabhi tells him to take permission from Bhaiya, so he also forbids Bhabhi from telling this to Bhaiya. Just as he is about to leave from there to Chandanpur, he hears his brother asking Inspector Girdharilal to Bhabhi whether Natwar has come here, and when the Bhabhi talks about his coming and going, he mumbles that when a brother himself wants and defaming a brother, then what can one do? After this, he goes to sleep on the bed. Then Natwar comes there through the window and touches the feet of his brother, Inspector Girdharilal, and promises that he will not leave the home forever. He will return from there as the same Natwar who used to talk about honesty and bravery in his childhood. To fulfill his purpose, he always keep with him and locket given by him in the childhood. Here Mickey is very happy that both Vikram and Natwar will fight in Chandan Nagar. Seeing this, Mickey asks his men to give timely information about who dies and who survives in the battle of defeat in Chandanpur, so that he can kill the survivor, get the necklace, and become the king of this illegal business. Just then Seth Fakir Chand arrives there and asks him that how does it happen, so that when they were friends, his friendship was a matter of talking about that time, but how this happened. Then Mickey shows a V marks on his back, declaring me as Vikram's man. Now in Chandanpur, where I came from, most of the people have such marks on their backs and then tell the story of Vikram's terror. Vikram spreads the terror of a lion in the village, and when the arrival of this lion creates chaos in the village, then his men kidnap 2-3 villagers and take them to Vikram's hideouts. Here Vikram and his men torture him a lot, and when he agrees to work on Vikram's orders, Vikram considers him his slave and places a hot iron rod on his back. The villagers believes that this is the lion's terror and gather before their chief, played by Kader Khan, and request him to save them from the lion's terror. The chief then calls in a hunter Avatar Singh and makes a plan to hunt the lion. Vikram comes to know about this and gets his men to capture Avatar Singh, who was coming to the village, and brings him to his hideouts and kills him. Meanwhile, the lion creates panic in the village many times, and many people of the villager disappear. The villagers now believe this to be a demonic act and go to the shrine of the Sant and pray for freedom from it. Meanwhile, as told by Mickey, Natwar reaches Chandanpur with the necklace and waits for the Vikram to arrive. Seeing the gun in his hand, the villagers mistaken him for hunter Avatar Singh and pray that he hunts the lion and saves the villagers. At first, Natwar assures the villagers of this, but then he gets scared on hearing about the arrival of the lion and plans to run away from the villages. Then the lion comes to the village. When Natwar is running away, in fear of the lion, he collides with some of drums kept there, and then when the drums roll, the lion runs away in fear. Natwar is expressing surprise at this incident when the villagers consider him a true hunter and start praising him and thank him for protecting the villagers. Among those who thank Natwar is a girl named Sannu, played by Rekha. She is praising Natwar a lot, thinking him to be Avatar Singh. Then, impressed by her beauty, Natwar comes close to her and tries to get her in his grip by making lewd remarks in the name of a lion. Then from a distance, a mute throws a knife at him, which angers Natwar, who has become the hunter Avatar Singh. Then Sanno tells that this boy is mute from this next village. He has been living in this village since the time the terror of the lion increased there. After this, the mute leaves from there, who is actually a spy sent by Vikram, who informs the Vikram about every activity of these villagers. When he tells Vikram about Avatar Singh coming to the village to hunt a lion, Vikram is surprised that he has already killed Avatar Singh, then who has taken the form of this second Avatar Singh. Then he sends one of his wrestlers to find out about this. At first, the wrestler beats up Natwar disguised as Avatar Singh, but Natwar clearly drowns him in the mud, where he dies due to his weight. After this, Natwar runs towards the border of the village and looks around to see why Vikram has not yet come. Then he thinks that maybe the burnt person had to come here, but I came, so the time of 2 days is still left. Maybe he will come at the last moment. From here, when the Natwar is going back towards the village, he sees Sanu with some children in the field. He tells the children the story of a lion. Then the word farewell to each child one by one, and in the end, he is in a loving postures with Sanu. Vikram's man sees he is doing so through binoculars. Here, after Sanu leaves, Natwar also moves towards the village, and that man informs Vikram about this. When Vikram, who is involved in illegal mining of diamond, gets to know about this, he gets very angry. Then the man who had brought this information says that if you say so, I will kill him. On this, Vikram stops him from doing so by saying that first find out whether he is a hunter or a BSF man or someone else. The BSF headquarters is 60 kilometers from here. Go there and find out if any of their people is coming to Chandanpur for a picnic. Also ask the mute person living in Chandarnagar to pay special attention to the activities of the Sanno and Natwar and inform about their everyday activity. Natwar is seeing that village girls dancing, assumes it to be some festivals, and himself starts dancing and singing with Sanno. In that dance function, meanwhile, on Vikram's instructions, the mute is searching Natwar's house, and when Natwar comes to his room after the dance and song over, finds all his belongings scattered. Then he starts thinking that first someone asked for the name and now he is searching. Meanwhile, Sano goes there and starts showing her love. Then Natwar says that she should not have any misunderstanding that I was dancing with her out of love. Rather, I was participating in that dance, considering it to be a festival of the village. When Sanu says that if he does not accept her love, she will commit suicide, he lets her go and starts worrying about the mess in this room. Meanwhile, Sanu goes to river bank to commit suicide, where her friends Rajo, played by Rajni Sharma, stops her and she says that you used to preach me that women have the immense power to turn men into wax and you yourself wants to commit suicide. Rajo says that he loves and is coming here and find you. You hide. I will take care of him. After this, Rajo talks to Natwar disguised as a hunter Avatar Singh about Sano committing suicide. Then, when Natwar is going towards the river to search for her, he finds Sano hiding there. He tells Sano that at that time I was joking, but now I am saying the truth. I am a free bird and I can fly anywhere, anytime. I can ever lose my life. In such a situation, if you come to me, you will only get pain. So do not think of adopting me. On this, Sanu says that it is okay. Now she will never meet him again. Natwar, disguised as Avatar Singh, is returning home after meeting Sanu. Then Vikram's men informing him about this, and the lion is released on Natwar to kill him. Natwar, with the help of a burning rod, kept the lion at distance. But as soon as his burning rod extinguishes, people arrived there with burning rods, and his life was saved, and the lion flee. From there, he would have thanked the villager, but it was the villagers who thanked him for saving the village. Meanwhile, Vikram's men also had gone to the BSF headquarters to find out whether the persons who had come to Chandanpur was a BSF staff member. Returned and informed that Vikram, that person, was not a member of the BSF and the BSF would not come here for the next 4 months. On criminals quickly kidnap as many people as possible from the villagers so that in 4 months he can extract so many diamonds from the illegal diamond mine that he becomes the richest man in the world. On Vikram's orders, his gang of criminals once kidnapped a lot of people from the villages, but when the gang is coming for the second time to kidnap people, Natwar sees him coming towards the village on the way. Then he quickly ties a large rope to the tree and stands on the other side holding the other end of the rope. As soon as the band of rogues passes by, he pulls the rope, causing all the horses to fall, and the horseman, seriously injured, goes back to the Vikram and informs him about the incident. The villagers want to celebrate their victory, but Natwar stops them from doing so. Natwar tells the villagers that the first thing they have to do now is to kill the lion, and for this he erects an effigy and puts a net next to it so that if the lion attacks the mannequin, thinking it to be a man, it gets caught in the net. But when the chief tells that the lion is a man-eater and hence it will not attack a stationary mannequin, then Sano herself attends in place of the mannequin, and when the chief Natwar sees her moving, he sees that the mannequin has started moving. By then, a lion attacks them. To save Sanu, Natwar jumps from the trees and fights with the lion. Then Sanu and Natwar together defeat the lion and lock it in a cage with the help of the villagers. After this, Sanu grinds some herbs in a ball and comes to apply it on the injured Natwar. Natwar also started loving Sanu, so he allows her to plant the herb and also expresses his love for her. After this, Natwar tells the villagers to play drums and gather the people to the Martley village so that the returning committee can be dealt with bravely. Meanwhile, when the goon was sent on the Vikram's order, sees Natwar with Sanu, he tries to kill Natwar by stabbing him. But before the knife hits Natwar, the leader talks the blow of the knife on his heart, which results in his death. But before giving up his life, he hands over the entire responsibility of his daughter Sanu and the villagers to the Natwar. In anger, Natwar kills the mute while running away from there. Despite this tragic incident, Natwar advises the people gathered from different villages to lift big stones and then take to the top of the mountains. And when one day the cavalry squad sent by Vikram comes to the village to take revenge for the injury of the previous cavalry squad of criminals, the villagers kill most of the criminals by throwing big rocks on the squad when it is passing near the hill, and the one who survived informs Vikram about this incident. After this, Vikram himself talks about coming to Natwar. According to his plan, Vikram comes there in the disguise of an old man. When he is near the village, his men present in the group of the villagers tells Natwar about an old man coming towards the village. On seeing which Natwar himself goes on the house back to get information about the old man. After asking the villagers to wait there, but as soon as he comes near the old man stumbles and falls down.
और सन्नों को कैद कर विक्रम के आदमी उसे हानि पहुंचाने की बात कहकर नटवर की जमकर धुनाई कर देते हैं। इसी समय आकाश पर एक हेलीकॉप्टर दिखता है। विक्रम अपने आदमी को उसका पता लगाने के लिए भेजता है तो पता चलता है कि उसे इंस्पेक्टर गिरधारी लाल और उसकी पत्नी आए हुए हैं और अब जल्दी बीएसएफ को यहाँ बुला रहे हैं। बीएसएफ का जवान आकर चप्पे-चप्पे पर विक्रम और उसके आदमी को ढूंढ रहा होता है। तभी विक्रम जिस गाड़ी से इंस्पेक्टर गिरधारी लाल और उसकी पत्नी इस मामले की छानबीन कर रहे होते हैं, उसके ड्राइवर को अपने बस में लेकर गाड़ी को अपने अड्डे पर लाता है। गाड़ी के रुकते विक्रम गिरधारी लाल उसकी पत्नी सीमा और बीएसएफ के कमांडेंट को बंधक बना लेते हैं। इस पर सन्नो नटवर किसी के स्वास्थ्य होने की कामना करते हैं, जिसके बाद उसके शरीर में कुछ हलचल दिखाई पड़ता है। विक्रम के वफादार जब से यह बात बताते हैं, बीएसएफ के जवान तेजी से उसके अड्डे की ओर बढ़ते चले आ रहे हैं। तो अपने कब्जे में लिए हुए बीएसएफ के कमांडेंट सिंह से अपने जवानों को दूसरी तरफ मोड़ने के लिए कहते हैं और ऐसा न करने पर सीमा की जान लेने की धमकी देता है। कमांडेंट इस बात से डर जाता है और वह अपने सैनिकों को दूसरी तरफ जाने के लिए बाध्य कर देते हैं। इसके बाद विक्रम इंस्पेक्टर गिरधारी लाल और उसकी पत्नी सीमा को अपने कैद में पड़े नटवर और उसकी पत्नी सन्नो से मिलने ले जाता है। फिर अपने आदमियों को चारों तरफ बारूद भिजवाकर उनमें से एक टाइमर लगा देता है। फिर वह नटवर और अन्य लोगों को कहता है कि वह यहाँ से हीरे लेकर जा रहा है और थोड़ी देर में जब टाइमर का टाइम हो जाएगा तो सारे बम फूटेंगे और सबकी जान यहीं चली जाएगी। बीटिंग अप द स्काउंड्रल्स। जब विक्रम के वफादार अपने बारे में पूछता है, कहता है कि उसकी भी अब कोई जरूरत नहीं और उसका यह स्वभाव है कि जिसकी जरूरत नहीं उसे वो अपने साथ नहीं ले जाता है और ऐसा कहकर वह वहाँ सबको अपने मौत मरने देने के लिए छोड़ देता है और वहाँ से चल देता है। जाते वक्त वह नटवर को इस बात की चुनौती भी देता है कि अगर वह उड़कर टाइमर के पास पहुँच गया तो उसकी जान बच सकती है। विक्रम के जाने के बाद नटवर हालांकि उड़कर तो उसके दूर नहीं जाया जा सकता, लेकिन वह सुरंग में ऊपर लटकते हुए टाइमर के पास चला जाता है और टाइमर को ऑफ कर सबको सुरक्षित निकलने की बात कहकर विक्रम के पीछे चल पड़ता है। मोटरसाइकिल पर सवार होकर नटवर जीप से भाग रहे विक्रम का पीछा कर उसे पकड़ लेता है और सारी बातों को उसे बताते हुए किस प्रकार से 20 वर्ष पूर्व उसने इसकी जिंदगी को तबाह कर दिया था, इसके भाई को बदनाम किया, इसके बचपन को छीना और इसमें इंसानियत की जगह गुंडागर्दी भर दी। अब मैं तुम्हें नहीं छोड़ूंगा, लेकिन इससे पहले कि नटवर उसे कुछ करता, विक्रम अपने जेब से एक चाकू निकालकर उस पर हमला करता है। नटवर उसके इस वार को बचा लेता है और फिर दोनों के बीच जमकर लड़ाई होती है। अंत में जब नटवर विक्रम का प्राण लेना चाहता है तब इंस्पेक्टर गिरधारी लाल, भाभी माँ और सन्नो आ जाती है और नटवर से विक्रम को जान से नहीं मारने की बात करने लगते हैं। तभी मौके का फायदा उठाकर विक्रम चाकू के बल पर भाभी माँ को कब्जे में ले लेता है, लेकिन बगल में खड़ी सन्नो तुरंत उसके हाथ से वह चाकू छीन लेता है। इसके बाद से गुस्सा कर नटवर जब उसकी तरफ आक्रामक होकर दौड़ता है तो बचने के लिए भागने के क्रम में विक्रम जीप के नुकीले हिस्से से टकराकर गंभीर रूप से जख्मी हो जाता है, जिसमें उसकी जान चली जाती है। इसके बाद यह कहानी वापस नटवर के द्वारा अपने बच्चे को सुनाई जा रही कहानी पर जाकर
Meanwhile, Natwar also runs away from there and starts coming back to the village.